A car is one of the biggest purchases you'll ever make, yet walking onto a used car lot rarely feels like a luxury experience. Instead, you're usually sweating through a high-stakes financial transaction while battling the quiet suspicion that you're about to get scammed. That exact anxiety caught the attention of economist George Akerlof in 1970. He wanted to understand why this specific market felt so uniquely hostile, eventually writing a paper that would earn him a Nobel Prize. Akerlof diagnosed the problem as information asymmetry. This is a technical way of saying the market is totally unbalanced. The seller knows exactly what they are selling, whether the car is a pristine peach or a defective lemon. The buyer, meanwhile, is completely in the dark. Because you can't see inside that box, you have no way to verify if a polished exterior is hiding a crumbling transmission. And because you suspect the worst, you refuse to pay top dollar, terrified of paying a peach price for a lemon. This imbalance targets the pricing mechanism itself. If buyers cannot distinguish a peach from a lemon, they refuse to offer high prices, causing the market's internal logic to warp. Now put yourself in the shoes of an honest seller holding a genuinely good car. You know it runs perfectly, but because buyers are terrified of hidden defects, they refuse to offer you a fair value. Frustrated, you decide to keep your car. This creates a chain reaction economists call adverse selection. As honest sellers realize they can't get fair prices, they actively pull their high-quality goods off the lot. It's a modern iteration of a concept observed back in the 16th century by English merchant Thomas Gresham. Gresham's law states that bad money drives out good. Applied to the car market, bad cars drive out good cars. Unscrupulous dealers who specialize in cheap lemons drag down average market prices, making it financially impossible for honest dealers to survive. Left unchecked, information asymmetry dictates that the second-hand market should collapse in on itself. With the peaches gone, only the lemons remain, until buyers stop showing up entirely. Curious, if the math guarantees a market collapse, we are left with a pretty glaring mystery. How did the vintage 20th century used car industry manage to survive at all? The answer lies in the ground-level mechanisms buyers and sellers invented to bridge that gap of hidden knowledge. The simplest tactic was the legally binding warranty. Another tactic was third-party verification. Buyers learned to bring a mechanic, or at least bluff and pretend their friend was an expert, to inspect the engine, forcing the seller to surrender their informational advantage. These early workarounds were far from perfect solutions. But they acted as artificial equalizers, shifting a share of the financial risk back onto the seller and keeping the market functioning. To fix the market permanently, the industry had to scale up. In recent years, we've seen the rise of massive car supermarkets, dealerships that pour millions of dollars into pristine showrooms. That extreme corporate spending is actually a deliberate economic weapon. It's a concept explored by economist Michael Spence, who shared the 2001 Nobel Prize with Akerlof. Spence identified this behavior as signaling. Those millions spent on architecture and national advertising are sunk costs. By tying up massive amounts of capital, the dealership proves they are highly invested in their location and physically cannot vanish overnight. If they decide to make a quick buck by selling a single lemon, the resulting hit to their reputation would destroy that massive upfront investment. Their capital becomes a financial hostage to their own honesty. At a massive dealership, the higher sticker price includes a hidden insurance policy. You are paying a premium to leverage the dealer's own fear of financial ruin. As we enter the modern era, the balance of power has shifted. Economists Alex Tabarrok and Tyler Cowen argue the information gap is rapidly closing. Today, digital tools have begun to strip away the seller's traditional advantage. Mobile GPS tracking, instant internet vehicle histories, and public review ecosystems have dragged much of that previously hidden knowledge into the light. A Swiss study looking at mandatory vehicle inspections confirmed this new equilibrium. The data shows that large dealerships charge higher prices but offer proven reliability, while private sellers offer lower prices because you, the buyer, are absorbing the risk. But economic models don't capture everything. Economist Kate Raworth points out that local private transactions are heavily influenced by human reciprocity. If you buy a car from someone in your own neighborhood, social pressure and basic decency often override the urge to scam. The used car lot is no longer the trap it was in 1970. Thanks to the evolution of market signals, digital transparency, and human nature, the buyer finally holds the power to choose their own level of risk.